It's been 4 long years since I released Living the Stoke one, the first ever stand-up paddleboard movie, and it's time I started working on the next one. But this time, I didn't want to leave my family behind, so we brought along our wives, girlfriends and kids to make it a fun family adventure. We had to make the call 3 months out with the 22 cast and crew for the really short 3-week shoot. We prayed we scored waves, and we did, big time. The trip that unfolded was just amazing. We based ourselves on the Coral Coast at the beautiful Fiji beach house, owned by my lifelong friend, Andrew Brown. We have a really good mix of pro and free riders, and this time we brought along some kite surfing gear with our stand-up paddleboards. So sit back and share this epic adventure with us. This is Living the Stoke 2.
Beachouse, it's such a magic place. It's really hard to explain. It's just got this soul-soaking, relaxed vibe, and you just chill.
What is the speed I go?
It's great to come away here to Fiji. It's been a great destination that I can finally bring my wife and kids. We had great waves out in front. It's perfect because you can come have a break, play with the kids in the lagoon, swing on the swings, swim in the pools, you know, keeps everyone happy, stay in the good books, and yeah, lots of fun.
Mitch, our Scandinavian import, wasn't going to be dominated by the boys and picked out a couple of really sweet waves.
We leave our mark, yeah, we're thrashing ideas in our heads. We just plans for the present,
And it doesn't matter where we are, and it doesn't matter who we see. It doesn't matter what we do, as long as I'm with you.
After a full-on morning session, it was time to come in and recharge the batteries, just to get straight back out there.
Doesn't matter where we are, and it doesn't matter who we see. It doesn't matter what we do, as long as I'm with you. And it doesn't matter where we are, and it doesn't matter who we see. It doesn't matter what we do, as long as I'm with you.
With the wind on the rise, the crew broke out the kites for a fun little session across the shallow lagoon.
It's great to just be able to go for a surf, come in and go for a kite straight up front. There's a perfect flatwater lagoon, clean wind, good conditions, it's great.
After a full-on first day, it was time to make the 1 hour run east towards Suva to pick up the new Beachouse Explorer. Before heading straight out to sea, we took the boat for a quick test run up the local river. It gave us a glimpse of traditional Fiji lifestyle, just something you never see in the brochures. After everything checked out okay, we turned around and headed straight back to the beach house. It didn't take long for the crew to load the boat for our first trip out to Frig's Passage. With the glassy conditions, it was a nice high-speed 50-minute run, and I just had to jump in. Frigates is a shallow horseshoe-shaped wave with a really gnarly end section, and Andy was first up to steal all the camera action. Scotty Solar, our American expat, was one of the two goofies we had on the trip, and he was just loving it. Go, Scotty. And never to be left out, introducing the Dogman.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked to get the call up to go on this trip, and being the first time I'd ever gone overseas, you couldn't have picked a better bunch of crew to go with and hang out and have some good times. And you know, it was always going to come down to one thing, that I was always going to be the first guy to jump overboard and hit the surf, no matter what conditions it was. Just the froth was on.
In a photograph, you're lying in, the sun is shining. It reminds me of a time when you loved me in a picture frame. Our picture remains a memory before I should have known. In a song I wrote you a song, I wrote you a song, I wrote you a song.
Frig is just a super fun wave. Nice big long walls, just like point break. It's just in the middle of nowhere. The crowds are like next to none. For a sup, it's just the perfect wave. Just kind of barrels, but not enough to get stuck on the inside. And even if you do get caught, it's super easy to get back out.
In a love letter, express posted to your home is where the heart is. It's where we started long ago. In a tattoo, I never told you about to lose my mind all of the time. In a paper clipping from your favorite magazines of ammunition, fired in my direction from your heart. In a sky, you gave me a sky, you gave me a sky, you gave me a sky. A good reminder of who you are.
Frigates is a really fun wave. It might not be the most powerful wave, but it's just got that easy kind of forgiving long wall that's just perfect to do turns and airs. And for me, it was actually one of the most fun waves because it kind of gave you the opportunity to try a few things and not really worry about getting smashed on the reef.
If I could tell time, I'd tell time to wait a minute. I gotta go back to the mistakes I should have made. If I could tell time, I'd tell time to wait a minute. You're giving me ideas and taking away my days. If I could catch time, I'd take it going, lock it away without a key for killing us all. If I could spend time like you spend loose change, I'd spend it with you for the rest of my days.
After a few great days at frigates, it was time to load the crew and head west to Nandi, the other end of the Coral Coast, and hit Cloudbreak. And there was no better way to do it than on an old school bus with no windows. So many surfers miss out on this magnificent coastline and countryside by flying straight into Nandi and heading straight out to the more famous surf breaks. The Coral Coast stretches part of the way between Suva and Nandi, and the beach house is right in the middle. This coastline is an uncrowded mecca for those who still want to explore by car, boat or bus. After a breezy bus trip, the boat was loaded and we were straight up to Cloudbreak. And as the boat got closer, we weren't disappointed. It was pumping. I jumped in with the water camera, but soon retreated back to the tower with Deems. It was just too heavy to film from the water. The clean-up sets were just so brutal, breaking out so wide and just cleaning up everyone, leaving a flotsam of broken boards and bodies at the base of the filming tower. Keahi was the first one to start getting it dialed in. Clarkie had to fly home early, and this turned out to be the last wave for him and the last wave for his board ever. See you later, mate.
Getting caught inside a Cloudbreak on a sup was pretty punishing. Got dragged across the reef twice. Something I would say I wouldn't want to do again, but on the other side of the coin, I'd love to be back there surfing it again.
Cloudbreak, it's a pretty intense wave. I've actually been really wanting to go to Cloudbreak for a long time, and getting the opportunity in a big pumping swell was a lot of fun, but also pretty scary as well. Unlike frigates, there's a lot more power. It really detonates on the reef, and you might get the worst wipeout of your life, but you can also get the best barrel of your life, so it's great.
Most memorable part of the whole trip for me, other than getting absolutely vaporised on the reef at Cloudbreak, was watching Keahi when the wind came up. He pumped up his kite and got out there on the water and put on the most insanest display of kite surfing I'd ever seen. Mate, hats off to the guy.
Playing Cloudbreak is something that I've also wanted to do for a long time, so to get that opportunity was amazing. The best thing about it is, unlike surfing it, with a kite you actually have the option to basically go and pick whatever wave you want. You can dodge the sets and just be on the good ones, and that allowed me to get basically some of the best kiting barrels I've gotten, and it's an experience I'll never forget.
After a couple of heavy days at Cloudbreak, it was time to head back to the beach house to recharge our bodies, mind and soul.
In the day I see you now, found my baby. River flowing long down to the sea, like you and me. This time coming like a dream. Circling to show us where we go. In the night now, take me down onto the sea, now my baby.
After a well-earned rest and no swell out front, a few of us jumped in the boat to do some exploring and check out some of the neighbouring breaks. Amongst this stunning shoreline, we came across a carcass of a sperm whalehead washed up on the shallow reef, and the smell of something I can still taste. Our next stop was the haunting black sand dunes of the Sigatoka River mouth. Although this produces some epic beach breaks, today just wasn't the day. Probably a good thing, as it's known for the local hangout of Fijian bull sharks. The next morning, we load the crew for our final adventure, and this time we head east along the Coral Coast to the beautiful Yanaka Island to do some snorkeling in the crystal clear water and the beautiful pristine reefs. Pilko, our executive producer, jumps in for a swim, and Cormac, Andrew's son, well, he couldn't be left behind. And neither could Nari, Jeff Green's girlfriend, and one of the Fijian locals. After our swim, we jump back in the boat and head out to Frigates for our final session.
Coming back to Frigates was awesome, mate. I love that place on my backhand, and it was like a ugly stepsister to Cloudbreak, whereas Cloudy's so full on with the boats and the crowds. Frigates was light on with the crowds, but yet so thick with waves, and it was definitely my favourite place over there.
I was too afraid to say what was on my mind. Now I'm looking backwards, trying to find a different time. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Is this it? Is this it for us? Don't make me run, baby, just give me another chance. The trouble with not
It's so good to come back to Frigates. The waves are just perfect today. A little bit smaller, but just so much fun.
I thought I had it in the glass, but things change and you can't look back. Now nothing comes so easily, except when you're near me. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. All I know is I need you round. I decided to let you go. I was too afraid to say what was on my mind. Now I'm looking backwards, trying to find a different time. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Is this it? Is this it for us? Don't make me run, baby, just give me another chance. I know I brought it on myself, but situations haven't helped. Why's it always have to be? I'm on the run from being happy. When you're winning all the time, you accidentally cross the line. Before you know it's gone for good, I should've told you when I could. I said to let you go, I was too afraid to say what was on my mind. Now I'm looking backwards, trying to find a different time. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Is this it? Is this it for us? Don't make me run, baby, just give me another chance. I'm the biggest believer, and things happen for a reason. I'm the biggest believer, and things happen for a reason. I'm the biggest believer, and things happen for a reason. I'm the biggest believer, and things happen for a reason. I said that I let you go, I was too afraid to say what was on my mind. Now I'm looking backwards.
Andy breaks out the surf mat to show us a bit of George Greenhow style. That's Deems filming off the rock, and it's full of sea snakes. Lost divers have actually spent the night on this rock after they've been left behind.
Just give me another chance. I said to let you go, I was too afraid to say what was on my mind. Now I'm looking backwards, trying to find a different time. Is this it? Is this how it ends? Is this it? Is this it for us? Don't make me run, baby, just give me another chance.
With the tide too low to get back to the beach house, we had to pick our way through the shallow reef entrance of the neighbouring village. Brady jumps in to pull us through the razor-sharp coral bommies. With another big day under our belt, it was time to head back and chill with the family. That's my youngest daughter Bonnie on the swing. Tomorrow's adventure is exploring a local waterfall with Tutor.
Okay, my friend, Bula.
Bula!
My name is Chuta. I born in the village where we do the walking jungle trek to the waterfall. So I was born there, only 2 houses was there, my family and my uncle's family. And today we got plenty houses up there, lots of families. So why we invite them, come and build your house there so that you take care of their children for the school. And the village were very happy when they saw you came on the day, because that's their source of their money income, very useful for the Fijian people. In my village, for you, for our guests at the beach house, come and help us, help the family, help the church, and also help the kids in school. Fijian people in the village, from you tourist people, you teach them how to use English language, mostly when they are still young, and also we use Fijian words, mix up some of your words. Fijian culture, we love people.
Such beautiful, wonderful people. It's just been a magic 3 weeks. We finally got the weather, we got the waves, we got the people, we got everything. So, from all of us, we all do 1, 2, 3, we go Bulla. So 1, 2, 3. Bulla! You! Yeah.
Bulla!
Hi, I'm Rob Perry. I'm sponsored by Polga.
I reckon maybe tomorrow we'll be pumping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tended to stay out wide, wait for the sets.
No, you didn't, because you got flogged.
There's a paradise I like to see, surely waiting long enough for me. How I long just to be there with lots of things to share. Every time I talk about Fiji, it's the best thing out of all. Mountain, rivers, waterfalls, sandy beaches, and the deep blue sea. Smells of flowers everywhere, girls are dancing here and there. Every time I talk about Fiji, people gathering along the beach, smiling faces you can see within, wearing Zulu with no thoughts, playing guitar, singing songs. Every time I talk about Fiji, it's the best thing out of all. Mountain, rivers, waterfalls, sandy beaches, and the deep blue sea. Smells of flowers everywhere, girls are dancing here and there. Every time I talk about Fiji, cover parties are made.